everyone, this is Brittany Reed, and today I will be presenting our paper, Software Engineering User Study Recruitment on Prolific and Experience Report. The problem. So we need 10 participants with basic Node.js skills for a software engineering user study. And this is our tool NCQ. Prolific, however, only has a yes/no programming skills filter. So how do we find software developers with the required skills on these platforms? In a more general sense, online platforms are becoming increasingly more popular and give access to large pools of participants. However, existing mechanisms to find programmers are insufficient, with basic programming skills questions and participants that may not give accurate answers. Some existing approaches are targeted recruitment, so recruiting from platforms where software engineering is already taking place, or verifying programming skills using programming tasks and questions on platforms like Prolific. So for our method, we used a pre-screening survey to recruit our specific demographic, and then invited participants who met our requirements to a final study. So this is a two-part design. So for the screening survey, we used the following existing pre-screeners of approval rating, English fluency, willingness to do a video call, and programming skills. We used 3 methods to find quality Node.js developer participants: pre-screening validation, and attention check, programming knowledge questions. So 680 participants responded to our survey. 223 failed pre-screening validation and were asked to return their spot. 457 responded consistently. We filtered out 5 participants for low quality responses. 24 failed the attention check. In total, 252 participants were ineligible for our study. Of the remaining 428 participants, 222 self-reported as not programming in Node.js, and they were immediately filtered out. 206 participants who self-reported in programming in Node.js were asked a series of programming questions. So we adapted 6 questions from Daniel et al., and then we added an additional question which required executing a piece of code, and this question, as you can see here, performs similarly as the Daniel questions. For the 206 participants who answered the programming questions, 55 answered all questions correctly. These participants were invited to a video call booking as part of the second study. So the second study just kind of asked them to give consent and then book the session. So we received no response from 31 participants. From 24 who responded, 10 were unable to book a suitable time, 14 booked a session, 4 withdrew after booking their session, and finally we had 10 successful sessions. So our experience left us with a series of recommendations. Do not rely on self-reported programming skills. Only 27% of self-reported Node.js programmers were able to answer our questions and validate pre-screeners. In conclusion, a large amount of effort is required to recruit participants on these platforms, and the existing mechanisms are not enough. However, software developers can be successfully recruited on these platforms. There's still room to improve this process. For example, you could have software engineer-specific platforms, more detailed pre-screening questions, or platform-side verification of these questions. Thank you for listening.